crying emojis in the chat. Oh my lord, what is up everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video. And that's right, your boy's playing WhiteRun because this daily rap video, it's just nothing but whining. Nothing but whining from our boy Phil. Good lord, I've never met such a man-child in my life. This man complains about every goddamn thing in his life. And such a fucking hater. That's the other thing. He is just such a hater. Anyway, let's see what Phil had to say on the Daily Wrap.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Wrap. Are you in the right place? This is DSP Gaming. If you were looking for the Daily Wrap of, like, Game Theory, MattPat is retiring. I don't know if you heard. You want to go check that out. That's got, like, 70 zillion views. This is the Daily Wrap for DSP Gaming here. And, today was an epic streaming day. Today was Tuesday.
Okay, so first of all... he starts off by being an annoying, hating douchebag. That's right, MattPat. You guys know MattPat is retiring. And instead of saying something nice about the guy, he wants to talk about his pockets. He wants to talk about his money and all of the millions of views that his content gets that poor DSP doesn't get. When you listen to DSP, you have to listen to the subtle context of what he's saying. And essentially what he's saying here is, fuck off MattPat, you're a douchebag, I'm better than you, you don't deserve millions and millions of views, I do. That's what Phil's trying to say here. So that was just a quick little dig at the very beginning, which is just chock full of more of this total nonsense from our boy Phil. So let's keep going.
9th of January 2024. And I had a great time. Let me tell you. First of all, on today's Level 1 podcast, which I will hope you'll give a look if you haven't yet, I need your feedback. Because right now, I am trying to determine between some upcoming changes to my content, including the style of thumbnails that I'm going to be using moving forward, as well as the style of titling of playthroughs. Right now, I've been using the same titling for many, many years, and there seems to be a desire to maybe have it change it up a bit. In addition, I have changed up my thumbnails a couple times in the last few years, and I presented multiple different thumbnail styles on the podcast, of which I'd like to have you give me your opinion, which you like more. So, please give the show a look from this morning. It was a good one, and your feedback is very much appreciated because your constructive criticism is what allows me to improve the content. The first stream today...
That's right, folks. Phil, after being a content creator being a content creator for 15 years on YouTube, as Phil loves to aptly tell us every single fucking day of his life, he's finally going to change it up and do better thumbnails, or what he considers better thumbnails, and clickbait titles. That's right, Phil has succumbed to the pressure, and apparently everything that he's been doing up to this fucking point hasn't saved the channel. So Phil's going to do a Hail Mary. Have you noticed this a lot? Have you noticed it only took him 15 years to kind of figure out some level of trying to get successful, whether it be clickbait titles, whether it be fancy thumbnails or just nice thumbnails, or whether it be including ads in your streams or what have you. It just seems like it's a small drip of Phil finally realizing that what he's doing isn't fucking working. And it just all goes back to his fucking lie that he said a couple weeks ago that although his views dipped significantly, he didn't lose money. He essentially made the same amount of revenue from 2022 and 2020, which is bullshit. I went through the numbers, and Phil lost over $20,000 in revenue. He did. Tips, super chats, viewerships, and that's not even counting what the memberships look like. So, yeah, it only took Phil 15 years to realize, hey, maybe what the thousands and thousands of other successful YouTubers are doing may actually work, and maybe I should try it, right? And not even because if you saw the video of it, he spent half of it bitching and complaining about thumbnails and clickbait. He said it was trash. He said it was stupid. He said it was selling out. And yet he's going to go ahead and fucking sell out. So what does that say about you, Phil? You're no longer in this, you can no longer say, Phil, that you're above it all. You're fucking not. You're just a fucking slimeball. And you're worse than most of the other people that actually do shit like this. So let's keep going.
Was Resident Evil 0 Remastered. Now, I was afraid that I might have gotten myself into an unpassable position because I had both Rebecca and Billy with little to no health and little to no healing items stuck in a save room, outside of which there were a ton of these mutated monkeys. And I was like, how am I going to get them by? So that was the big challenge of the beginning of the stream. I'm happy to report not only did I get by that challenge, but we made major progress in the game, going to a whole new area of the mansion. It was full of the disgusting slug people, and after many deaths and attempts, we figured out the way to do it. Found out what to do with a vice, which I was very confused. What do you do with this, like, vice crank thing? I couldn't find a vice. We finally found it, and basically, for about 2.5 hours, we were good. Challenging, but good. Then we got to the church and the bat boss, and for almost an hour, I attempted to beat this boss, and I pretty much believed I had soft-locked myself into not being able to beat the game. And that's sad because people are saying it is infamous that this bat boss is a place where people soft-lock themselves on a hard run because the hard difficulty is so hard in this game. And you either have to reload a game save from like way earlier in the playthrough and redo stuff to try to get there with more, more healing or more ammo, or just start over, give up. Well, I'm not going to start over and give up, and I certainly don't want to reload this game from several hours previous to try to get it to work, all right? So, I give it a good old college try for almost an hour. I tried to kill this boss with 1 flame round of grenade ammo and about 17 shotgun shells, and I couldn't do it. So, by the end of today's stream, I was disheartened. I was defeated. I even said to everyone, I don't know if you guys have recommendations of what I can do. I'm not sure, because it looks like there may be a soft-locked playthrough, which really sucks. And then I took my break, and I had dinner, and when I came back up here, I opened up my old playthrough of Resident Evil 0 Remastered, also on the hard difficulty, from 2016, when it had first come out, 8 years ago. And I did see that I had gotten there with Billy instead of Rebecca, that Billy had way more health, that Billy had way more ammo. But I learned something. I can leave. As soon as the boss shows up, I can leave, and I can go swap items with Rebecca, or I can go back to the mansion, because now the path is clear to the conference room, and I can grab more items. So even though it's not going to be easy, having very low health, there's potential that I could still do it if I get lucky. I can get more ammo for the grenade launcher, particularly, which would definitely help if I can just pummel that bat with grenades at the beginning of the fight. I'll have more of a chance. So, next time around on Resident Evil 0 Remastered, it's going to be the challenge of the game for sure. I don't know how it's going to go, but we're going to continue on. It's not soft-locked as of now. I'm going to still try. It may take very well the entire next stream to kill this dang thing, but I'm going to keep going because now I know I can leave and get more ammo, okay?
Okay, and very much like Phil's receding hairline, I have a feeling I smell a rage quit here. Phil will probably rage quit this game very much like his hairline is receding and quitting on Phil. If you guys didn't check out that video, it's fucking hilarious. You guys got to see it because, of course, now bats are detractors. And, oh my god, it was like an hour long of just fucking cringe and stupidity on Phil's part. Everyone was telling him you can't really do it with the chick. You need the dude. And of course, Phil, nope, fucking hard-headed, wants to do his own fucking thing. Refused to fucking listen. Refused to go back and maybe pull up a previous load and just kind of redo of about 45 minutes ago. Nope, not Phil. Not hard-headed, fucking thick-skulled Phil over here. He wants to do it his fucking way. So he spent an hour of just being salty and actually rage quit that shit. Right in the middle, he said, fuck this, he's out. He rage quit and said, I'll do it whenever. So the next stream will probably take him 3 hours, and I don't think he's going to beat it. I think he'll probably rage quit it and just say, it's too difficult, they ruined the game, the devs are stupid. Yeah, you know, the whole fucking nonsense here. And don't forget, folks, that bats are now detractors.
There you go. That's what we're dealing with right now in the Resident Evil 0 Remastered playthrough. Tonight on the late stream, it was my final night of my year-end series. First, the Viewer's Choice Best Playthroughs of 2023 Countdown, followed by my Game of the Year Awards. And it went down pretty well. I would say it went right within the allotted time frame of about 2 to 2.5 hours. People were engaged in having fun, arguing about what games would be in there, reacting and having a good time with interaction in the chat, whatever. Contributions were great tonight, great support, and I just in general had a really, really good time with it. So it was great. And the thing is, I'm not going to sit here and spoil any of it, but I hope that you'll give it a look. So already from last night, the disappointing games of the year countdown is live. I made that the featured video on the channel, and I think it's done like 2,000 views or something like that. Here's the thing. I've been saying this. I even said it last night. I said, it's not like it used to be back in the day. All right, back in the day, when I put out these year-end series, they got tens of thousands of views, okay? Things aren't like that anymore. I'm a small-time guy. I'm lucky to get a few thousand views on any video that I put out on the internet, right? And, you know, I know that. I know that I'm lucky to still be able to make a living making game playthroughs and things, because I really am kind of an outdated guy. I mean, I'm 40-something years old. And I know that I have a fan base that loves what I do. They're the ones who come and watch my stuff. And that's why I'm happy that I'm so lucky that I get the support I do. I'm grateful for it. But I know at the same time, these year-end series are not going to get overwhelming views or anything like that. I really do them because I love the fan service for the people who've been around for so long. We had so many regulars here tonight, and it was really nice to see the regulars come by for the special event. So it went well, you know. I'm going to upload. Please check it out. Hopefully you get some traction. If it doesn't, meh. Well, the year-end series are done now. We can move on to new stuff for the rest of the year, and I'm pleased with that, okay?
Notice a pattern with Phil. Phil has this recurring pattern that's been going on for years, and he just doesn't see it. He doesn't see it, and the pattern is nothing gets any views. But of course he doesn't care, right? He does care. It does bother him. That's why this early in the video, that's why he took a swipe at MattPat, basically sneak dissing him, you know, because he knows that he's actually a successful YouTuber, unlike Phil. And he's just a jealous motherfucker. Phil is just the most jealous fucking person there is in the world. Anyone that has the slightest more success than Phil is fucking hates and is jealous, because he expects for his minimum effort, he should get the maximum profit. He should be PewDiePie. He should be living in Japan with a beautiful wife and not a fat horse. He should have a kid. He should have, you know, some pugs, you know, living in Japan, eating sushi, ordering DoorDash every single fucking day, and streaming to, you know, several thousand people, and not giving a shit what they say, and essentially just be like, just give me money and shut the fuck up. That's what Phil believes he is entitled to, because he's been doing YouTube for 15 fucking years. Who gives a fuck how long you've been doing anything, Phil? When you do, just because you do something for a long time doesn't change what you actually do. And what you do is just fucking garbage content. And you fail to just realize that. In that little speech that you said, oh, nobody's, you know, I don't get any views. Oh, it's not a big thing. Have you noticed a pattern, Phil, that everything you do nowadays gets no views? It just gets no views, and you think this is normal. That isn't normal. It doesn't matter if you're an online streamer. Ad revenue and views on a video is a big indication on the health of your channel. And when you see that your views are dipping by millions every year, that should make you pause and think, what am I doing wrong? I need to fix this. But Phil continues to do the same thing he's done for the last 15 years, and all he knows how to do is just beg more. That's all he knows how to do. That's his wheelhouse. But the problem is, Phil, is eventually people grow tired of throwing cash your way. Then what are you going to do? What are you going to do when 1 Minute Man finally wakes up and says, you know what? Okay, enough. Or OIC finds a boyfriend and I'm like, all right, I got to focus on my life. What then, Phil? What exactly are you going to do? And that, folks, will be the end of DSP.
Now, before we get to tomorrow, something else happened over the course of today that you may not be aware of, because I didn't talk about it anywhere. First of all, we're now up to part 6 of Final Fantasy 13 over on DSP Throwback. That's my throwback channel where I'm re-releasing my previously lost playthroughs. And I hope you'll check it out. Definitely the viewership has fallen off for the playthrough, which I expected was going to happen because it's an RPG. I wasn't expecting every part to get thousands of views or whatever.
Again, what did I just say? Everything Phil is doing isn't getting any views. And to him, it's like, oh, it's perfectly fine. No, Phil. It's not perfectly fine. It's not. It's a fucking problem. It is. And you fail to realize it. It won't be until it's too late for you to finally realize, oh shit, what I've been doing isn't working. And by then, it's going to be way too fucking late, Phil.
So, we've begun work on Red Dead Redemption 1, because that seems to be the other playthrough that most people are craving right now. And the work's not done yet, but there is a mini video that we broke apart from the playthrough. Basically, when I started playing Red Dead Redemption 1, I talked on camera for about 5 minutes before I ever booted the game, and I kind of just talked about the process of getting the game. I had a Mountain Dew drink with me at the time. I showed it on camera.
No one cares.
I could hold the thing in front of the time. He always started as Evil 0 Remastered, full of frustration, but now it looks like I found a way to get out of the soft lock, and an amazing night of my Game of the Year awards, and also the, viewers' choice for the best playthroughs of the year. I'm glad that the year-end series are done, But we're not done yet, because tomorrow is my final streaming day of the week. Tomorrow morning, there will be a Level 1 podcast discussing a lot of these topics that just went down, but also some chill stuff and maybe some game news. Then it'll be more Baldur's Gate 3 as we continue to investigate and explore and enjoy the Underdark. The late stream tomorrow night is a very, very special stream. All right, I've been alluding to this all week. I've not given you a single hint. I'm about to give you one single hint. The stream tomorrow night will be very meaningful to me. Very meaningful, okay? So, if you're the kind of person that cares about me, and you can come to tomorrow night's stream, I think you'd enjoy it a lot. That's all I'm going to say, okay?
I swear to God, it's like fucking watching a 13-year-old fucking girl that needs this attention. That if you care about me, you will come and watch me. You will come to my recital. What the fuck is that, Phil? God, you're fucking pathetic. 41-year-old man. 41-year-old fucking man here has to tell people that if you care about me, if you love me, you will do this. What is this fucking nonsense, Phil? Meaningful. Everything is fucking meaningful for you. God, you're so pathetic. Really? Meaningful. God, you're such a fucking waste of space. I'm done. Peace out, folks. Peace out.